in my
You
role.
learn things to do, you learn things not to do.
Exactly, exactly.
Hi everyone, and welcome back for another episode of HGV's Coffee Chat series. I'm here today with Lee Neiman, our SVP of Club and Owner Services. I'm so excited to have you with us
Thank
today,
you.
Lee. So tell us a little bit about the focus of your role.
So I think a big part of my role is to ensure that we're taking extraordinary care of our team members, to ensure they have holistic training to be able to then in turn provide that amazing service to our thousands of members and owners.
And you do such a wonderful job doing that. But before we get a little more into that, let's back up a little bit. You've been with us for a few years now. I've known you for a long time. Tell us a little bit about the journey. How did you get into hospitality in the first place, and how did you come to be with us doing this wonderful job?
Well, I honestly can't remember a time when I wasn't in hospitality. So from my days at McDonald's in the drive-through, 30 years at Disney Vacation Club, where I certainly knew you, and then now here at HGV, the common thread through that has been customer service, customer facing. So I've always enjoyed hospitality. And what I've learned over the years is when you work with people in situations, it's not a one-size-fits-all, right? It's each situation is unique. What may be good here may not be good there. So what I enjoy a lot about my role is being able to work with my team as well as members to be able to get in and really try to solve their problems and hopefully put them on an amazing vacation very soon.
Was there any one experience early in your career that really sort of shaped your point of view on really providing these great experiences and how important customer service really is?
Yeah, I've had the privilege of working with some amazing leaders over my career who have helped shape the progression of my career, as well as taught me great leadership lessons. I've also worked for some not so great leaders. They also helped shape how I think about leadership and my role.
You learn things to do, you learn things not to do.
Exactly, exactly. So a couple lessons that I've taken away is first, relationships. Relationships are critical to getting things done. They lay the foundation for trust. Once you have the foundation of trust, sky's the limit, right, of what you can accomplish together as a team. So the great leaders have taught me, make sure you have really strong relationships. The second thing I learned is to stay curious and to always have that continuous learning mindset.
And I will say, it's funny, whenever I'm asked about career advice from people who are starting out, being curious and always being curious is one of the very first things that I say to those people. So it's an interesting question, now that we have 725,000 plus members. It's a whole lot of people calling in every day. How do you work with the team to balance that? You talked about it, listening and curiosity versus really running an efficient call center and an efficient operation for all those members. How do you strike that balance between that level of personal care and still making sure that we're running a good call center for everyone?
It's a good question. So I think for us, we take every individual member as a unique situation. We are listening, actively listening intently to what it is they need. And then our team members are trained to ask those right questions to most efficiently get them to that amazing vacation they're trying to book.
So I know I see a lot of great success stories coming through the door, but maybe for our audience, can you share a little bit of a success story you've heard recently?
Yeah, so I can share a little bit of something that I have passion around, and that's member education. I think it's so important that we have our members understand how to maximize their membership. So recently, just in the last week, we held 2 webinars, and we haven't had webinars in years. So we had 2 webinars, one for HGV, one for HVC, and they were very well attended. So the format was a broad overview of the membership, then having a little bit of the benefits, and then a Q&A time. Our members gave us tremendous feedback, and the interaction was really strong. So we're going to continue those webinars. To that end, and I would also say we are enhancing and adding some short educational videos as well, also housed online. So a lot of great member education online that we encourage our members to go out and use and hopefully find new ways to use their membership and enjoy it.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, visual is such an important thing these days. Actually interacting with the members in ways that are more than just our website and the phones are so important. Just to wrap up, this is a little bit sometimes about, what about the team members as well as what about the members. Talk to me a little bit about, what drives you and what advice would you give to future leaders out there?
I would say if you enjoy creating memorable experiences, if you enjoy building dynamic teams, if you enjoy driving excellence through service, hospitality is going to be a great place for you. So if you think back to your last really positive experience in the service industry, it probably tied back to a person, and that person providing amazing service or taking care of you in a special way, going that extra mile. Those are people who belong in the service industry. Absolutely. And that's what you need to have, that mindset as you think about a career in hospitality. And I would also give the advice of, don't be afraid to take a role that may be on a different level than you anticipated. Go in at the entry level, learn how housekeeping, learn the front desk, learn maintenance, and learn how those all work together to, at the end of the day, provide that amazing customer-facing experience. Right. So for me, I would say hospitality has been quite a journey. I've loved every bit of it, and I enjoy what I do every day, and I look forward to many more years at HGV continuing to do that.
All right. We look forward to many more years with you here doing that also. But I totally agree that kind of immersion, actually, getting out and seeing what it's like. I was just traveling the last couple of days, looking at a couple of the properties that we have and spending some time with members. It was great to see that.
You got to have a love of wanting to serve people and going that extra mile and wanting to do creative problem solving. I just think it's so important to have that mindset going in, because people, you go back to places where you've received great service.
Well, I just want to say thank you for this morning and for sharing your insights and sharing your thoughts and a little bit of your experience. We're so very excited to have you with us at HGV. I know I personally have seen an immense transformation in our member services organization since you've joined us. And I'm looking so much forward to some of the new innovations you're working on and some of the new initiatives. I know they're going to be great for our members and great for our team members. So thank you for everything you're doing and for everything you're going to do.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Thank you.